So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Just My Two Cents. So, tonight we're going to be talking about why you do not add your coworkers or people from your professional networks to your social media page. And when I say people from your professional networks, I also mean coworkers because it can kind of go hand in hand. So, I will be using that interchangeably tonight. But you should not add these people to your personal social media pages. And I'm going to tell you why. So to start off with, I have a little story. So anybody that knows me knows I do not add people to my personal social media pages. I do not. Like, I have some professional pages, but I do not add them to my personal pages. And that's just to help me keep my personal and my professional life from blurring together. And that's just the bottom line. I have people all the time who come and ask me, hey, did you get that friend request from me on Facebook? And I'd be like, yeah, I got it. It's still sitting in the box. Why? Like, are you not going to add it? No. Because I told you from day one that I am not going to add you as a friend on my personal social media page. You can follow my professional social media page, but not my personal one. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what I put on my personal social media page is not for everybody. One thing that we have to learn as young people, as young professionals, and sometimes as old professionals, is that people that you work with, people in your professional networks, do not deserve to know the real you. I mean, shoot, some of your real friends don't deserve to know the real you, because if they did, that's just a different video for another time. But still, like, everybody doesn't deserve to know the real you. So when you have a social media page, people learn a lot about you. They learn about your political stance. They learn about your values. They learn about your beliefs. They learn about your ability to travel or your inability to travel. They learn about what kind of car you got, your house, your family. They learn about a lot based off your social media page. And when you let people into that part of your life, it's one thing to hear about it, but when they actually seeing it and they following it, oh, you messing up right there when you allow people, especially people that you work with, especially people that's in a professional network with you, into that part of your life. Because sometimes, some people, they keep it professional all the time. I try to do that on my personal page, but I know sometimes everybody falls short. And when I fall short, I don't want people that I work with to judge me. That's why, like, people that I know from where I work, like, if they see me and they send that request, it's gonna be a while before we become friends. The only way we will become friends is if one of us separates from the organization. Just like with becoming friends, if one of us separates from the organization, then we will become friends. And I know that seems harsh, but it helps because, number one, it keeps from what I do and what you do on social media from coming into the workplace. Number two, it helps us remain a friendly and not a friend relationship. And number three, it helps from discrimination and harassment from whatever you put on your page, and I might feel some type of way about it, or whatever I put on my page, you might feel some way about it. So it helps keep those lines separated to where we can have a mutual, friendly, respectful, cordial relationship with each other without it going past what it needs to go past. And so, as I always do, I wrote down a couple notes just to keep us on track. So as I wrote down, is that you want to be friendly with people, not friends with your coworkers or people in your professional networks. Like I said, you're here to do a task if these are the people that you're working with, or you're here to build a professional network with those that know you from a professional standpoint. And it needs to be a distinct line between your professional life and your personal life. Like I always say, what you do at home, people don't need to know what you do. What you do at home, people that you work with don't need to do. That's it. So that's one thing that you definitely need to keep in mind. And also, you lose control over your personal life. So, like, people, they get to know your moves. They get to know your thoughts. They get to know who your real friends are. Because we all know, like, we got friends that, if some people see us, like, man, you friends with that person? I didn't know you rock like that. I didn't know you rock like that. But see, Because I know I do it when I add people. That's how I know that I don't want people going on my page, because I know I do it. If I get a new friend on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, I'll go and I'll click, and I'll see who they friends are. When I see, like, I ain't know that person was friends with that person. That don't seem like the type of person they would be friends with. And then all of a sudden, you try to go see, like, their friend history between each other to see how often they interact. And if you see that this person and the person that interact very often, it's like, I would have never imagined. So you know how people start to perceive things from the jump. Now all of a sudden, what you used to do, because I know, like, if you've been to college, most people had a good time at college, and they go on your social media page and they see, that you were having a good time at college and you were living your best life as a college student. And like, I didn't think this person would have done this. This person seems so reserved. And so all of a sudden, these perceptions of how you're supposed to act based off what you used to do coming to, like, oh my goodness, well, I know I cannot do X, Y, and Z. This person cannot be this and the third because of look at their college pictures. Look at this, look at that. And it's like, you graduated from college 10 years ago. What do they have to do with anything now? You see what I'm saying? Like, people grow. People grow every day. If you don't, something wrong. But they take those pictures and they think about what you used to do and compare it to now. And then they also look at what you still do. Some people, they use social media to tell, like, they every move. Oh, I went to the grocery store. I went to the gas station. Oh, I just went to the bathroom. Oh, I just did. They use it to try to flaunt about everything that they have done. And so, let's say you decide not to come to work the next day. And all of a sudden, oh, such and such not here? She must have had too much fun at the motorcycle lounge the other night. Oh, such and such not here? Well, according to her according to her Facebook page, she was at Old Navy yesterday living it up. Must have been too tired to come to work today. So all of a sudden, your little moves that you put on social media come out into the workplace, and then next thing you know, I've seen where people have gotten fired from it. Where people have gotten fired because they put on social media, oh, I went to such and such yesterday, but I'm not coming to work today. And people think that, oh, that you out just lollygagging around, wasting the company's time, or whatever the case may or may not be. Like, I don't have nothing to do with it, but I mean, I've seen it before. Another note that I put down here is that the information that you put on social media, it can lead to harassment and discrimination. Like, a lot of times when people think about discrimination and harassment, they think about overt. Overt harassment or discrimination. A lot of times it can just be subtle things like, oh, well, you can be in the staff meeting and somebody say something slick based off of something that they saw on your social media page and they know it irks your nerves. Like, you might put on your social media page that you hate when people click their pins in meetings, and for some reason this person decided that they want to be a butthole that day, and especially towards you, and they just start clicking it, and they clicking it and they clicking it and they clicking it, and you look over and they know that they got you. See, that's like a subtle form of harassment, but people can really take that stuff and turn it around. For example, I know at an organization I used to work at, people used to express their political views all the time. And so once the election happened, all of a sudden, it came into a point to where it's like, well, I'm not sure how this person's political view would be, I'm not necessarily say tolerated, but perceived by the people that we work with. And then, they send out emails talking about, your social media presence. My thing is this, and I'm a firm believer in this. If it's my social media page, I should have control to put anything I want up. And it should not influence the way, like my job or whatever. Like, that's just my personal opinion. But I understand that it will. Like, I understand that I should be able to put anything I want up. I understand that, but I do understand that it may influence how, like, it may influence my job, may influence my relationships with people. I understand all of that within a nutshell. But I also understand that the network that you build on social media is very important too. Because I know for myself, if I put something up, I'm not going to sit here and add my supervisor. I'm not going to sit here and add the people that I work with every day. I'm not going to sit here and add my constituents. That's just not me. Like, if you want to follow me on social media, you better hit up that professional page. You better hit up that LinkedIn. But that's it. You're not being added to the personal page. Excuse me. You're not being added to the personal page. A lot of times I feel like if you weren't my friend before I became a professional on my social media page, then we probably don't need to be friends on my personal page. And that's just me. That's just it. And I've also seen where people will befriend people on Facebook, befriend people on these different social media sites. I'm saying Facebook because to me that's the one where people use the most, in my point of view, to get information about people and just use it for different reasons. But I've seen where people have used Facebook to talk about people. Like they get information off people's social media pages, and they'll sit there like, oh, well, I saw such and such was doing this, I saw such and such was doing that, and then all of a sudden, it gets to be a point to where it's like, are you really, you really like talking about this person, like, based off what you're seeing on social media? I mean, I can't really judge people because, like I said, when me and my friends get together, if we see someone on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram that we think is interesting, we're going to talk about it. But I feel like, those are my friends. Yeah, I'm not sitting here talking about somebody I'm working with based off what they put on social media. Another story is that one time, somebody had something great happen to them, and I get a text. It's late at night, talking about, oh my gosh, like, this is such good news about you, and this and the third. I'm like, how did you even know this? And then it was like, oh, I saw it on Facebook. And I'm like, see, that is very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Like, people, keep your personal and your professional lives separated. I'm telling you, it will help your self-esteem, and it will help your career, and it will help you have peace of mind at night, and it will help you have peace of mind when you're at the job. Also, the lack of privacy. So we have a lack of privacy. Anybody who has had their privacy violated know what it's like. And I kind of touched on that earlier, when people see stuff on social media and all of a sudden people are talking about it. They're talking about it. It's influencing the way that they interact with you. It's influencing the way that they allow you to navigate at the job. It's influencing the way they allow you to navigate with your professional networks. It's influencing the way that they provide a reference for you. I mean, what you put on social media, like I said, I feel like you should have the right to do that, but also you should understand the consequences that come with it. And when I say that, that's why I always tell people, like, hey, if this person is not your friend, why are you adding them? Are they your friend? Like, no, they're not my friend, but I'm adding them because, we are in the same, like, community now, professional community now. I'm like, no, like, you shouldn't be adding them. You should not be adding this person just because, y'all see each other on a daily. Like, unless y'all have, like, a true friendship, they should not be on your true page or your personal page. That's just my point of view. And just the bottom line, people are nosy. People are nosy, and they use these pages. If they can't get the information they want from you, or if they can't get it from the people that's supposed to be your friends or people that you talk to more on a consistent basis, they'll use them pages. They'll use them pages to get as much information as possible. And they'll either, talk about it amongst you the next day, or they'll talk about it amongst others, and it's just not cool. It's just not cool. And finally, as I said earlier, everybody doesn't deserve to know the real you. And if you feel like everybody deserves to know the real you, then that's just you. Some people are like, oh, I keep it 100 with anybody. Do you? But I just feel like everybody doesn't deserve to know the real you, because people use little things about you to pick and choose what they allow you to do and what they allow you not to do. So it's up to you to use discretion about who you allow into your personal and professional lives. And that's it. I feel like social media, if it's not a professional page, if it's not like a LinkedIn, or if you don't have like a professional Facebook or something page, then you know, if you want to keep in contact, let's do email. Let's write letters. Let's go back to the old days. But you're not following me on Facebook. You're not following me on Twitter. You're not following me on Instagram. You might be able to use that little tool that you can get past, you know, when you don't have to have friends and stuff. You can do all that. But you're going to have to work. I'm just not going to allow you to have access to it. You're going to have to work if you want to get into my social media life. Like, you're going to have to work. And that's just the bottom line of it. So, go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. I'll be back later with another podcast.